Suppose you're running in the Copper Canyons of Mexico and you get really hungry. You want, you whip out your satellite phone, you call Senora Jose's Trail Delivery Pizzeria, and you want the authentic, real deal. What would a Tarahumara, a real runner, the Raramuri, what would their pizza look like? Well, it would obviously have to have some polenta. Of course, there's going to have to be chia seeds in the crust and the toppings. Salsa rather than pizza sauce. Artichoke hearts. Peppers, squash. Sun-dried tomatoes would be good. Perhaps some butternut squash. Spaghetti squash. Alright, so our butternut squash is going to need to cook for about 50 minutes at 375 degrees and a little bit of water. And the spaghetti squash, just a little bit of oil on there to keep it from sticking, and the same cooking time. The crust will be prepared separately and cooked up front, at least halfway. So essentially the crust is going to be a cup and a half of self-rising white cornmeal, plus about a half a cup of chia seeds. I'll add in garlic for seasoning, crushed red peppers, about a teaspoon of baking soda, and a couple tablespoons of cornstarch. Plus I'll be adding in some butternut squash. To give this some delicious green color and flavoring, I'm going to use the dark end of some leeks, and it's real easy to make this a gluten-free, oil-free pizza. This is going to be so good, you'll be tempted just to eat the crust all by itself. Let's kick this up a little bit with some whole mushrooms. Well, some mushrooms and some whole tomatoes as well. The mushrooms will get a little bit of B12 into this, a natural source of B12. I wonder how those Raramuri that can run 300 miles on a basically vegan diet, I wonder where they get their B12. The white squash, yellow squash, sun-dried tomatoes are ready. Hey, there's about a half of a jar of artichoke hearts in here. Getting the leeks chopped up, polenta. Polenta's almost ready to go. My dog is already on the ground here drooling over this food. This is a lot of toppings for one pizza. The most important thing about this pizza is that it is cholesterol-free, 100% plant-based food source, and I'm going to use a little bit of rice flour on the cooking stone to help prevent the crust from sticking. It looks like the spaghetti squash is ready, as is the butternut squash. Alright, I kind of doubt the Raramuri would waste these seeds. Those are a great source of protein, omega-3s. We're going to kick up this crust with some butternut squash and lots of seeds. A cup of juice or water. We'll get this process started. This crust is going to be so good, you're going to be tempted to eat it plain, but don't. It's now time to bake this for about 12 minutes at about 360 degrees. And here is yet another topping for this pizza. The spaghetti squash is ready. The crust is out of the oven. It's ready for toppings. You can see those squash seeds sticking out of there. Putting a little salsa on top. This pizza is like 2 inches tall. I had to pack it down a little bit to get it down to 2 inches. Probably needs a little more chia. This is going to be so delicious. This ultra pie is ready to cool. No drooling on your keyboard. Tarahumara style. My poor dog, who happens to be nearly vegan, looks like she's starving. Delicious.